Fort Omaha, originally known as Sherman Barracks and then Omaha Barracks, is an Indian War-era United States Army supply installation that was established in 1868. Omaha, a young but growing city, recognized the potential for economic growth and competed with other towns to win the planned post. The city cited its railroad and river transportation systems and already established businesses as the support the Army would need. Civic leaders purchased 42 acres of land and offered to lease it to the government at an undervalued price for the new headquarters. The Army accepted the offer. Omaha Barracks became Fort Omaha in 1878. The fort served as a point of departure from which troops were distributed across the plains to protect supply lines and secure frontier settlements. George Crook was a career United States Army officer, most noted for his distinguished service during the American Civil War and the Indian War. The General Crook House at Fort Omaha in Omaha, Nebraska is named in his honor, as he was the only commander of the Department of the Platte to live there. The Crook House was entered in the National Register of Historic Places on April 15, 1969.
The main hall provided elaborate entry typical of the late Victorian period, when homeowners were anxious to put their best look forward. The parlor was the family room of the late 19th century. The Crooks would have spent most of their evenings in there. The reception room was the official greeting room of the home. The commander was expected to entertain all dignitaries who came to Nebraska. General Crook entertained most famously Presidents Grant and Hayes.
In this dining room, a buffet was held to honor President Grant and his wife. This occasion came so soon after the completion of the house that the Crooks' personal furnishings had not yet arrived. China, silver, even furniture were borrowed from the Omaha residents to entertain the Grants. One of the original maid's call buttons under the dining table still rings in the basement and registers on the call box in the kitchen. The presidential room is a guest room where both President Grant and Hayes have slept. All presidents from Grant through Cleveland have visited the Crook House, as did King Kalakaua of Hawaii. Mrs. Crook's bedroom is on the southeast side of the house, which was traditionally given to the ladies for it was coolest in the summer and warmest in the winter.
General Crook's bedroom was connected to his wife's bedroom, which is part of the master suite, allowing the general to be accessible at all times by his aide, yet it also provided privacy to his wife. The decor reflects his simple tastes. His uniform is also hung in the master suite, allowing visitors an up-close view to this piece of history.
My name is Glenda Hervey. I am involved with the Crook House here. I'm a volunteer here. I can tell you a little bit about the Crook House. General George Crook, they built it for him, and the government allowed him $10,000, but the general built it for $7,716. He was sent here to help with Indian uprisings, but there really wasn't that much Indian trouble. The Ponca Indians were here. I think one of the most interesting things we do is the standing bear, the trial of standing bear, that we have a commemorative thing of that. It is free to the public. They have some kind of food that would be like on the prairie or Indian type food. The Ponca Indians come here. They usually have them outside dancing, and we learn about that, then we go down and they have some kind of program here on the campus, and it tells things about the trial of Standing Bear. So it's very interesting to find that out.
Fort Omaha entered America's balloon and aviation history in April 1909 when the first free balloon, inflated with hydrogen gas, started a journey to Iowa. After the flight, the Army soon learned successful enemy observations could only be made from a balloon controlled in flight. Therefore, stationary balloons were then developed. Several captive balloons were tested at the Fort Omaha Balloon School. Shortly after the United States entered World War I, 800 men enlisted in the aviation section, and they were immediately sent to the balloon school at Fort Omaha for training. More than 16,000 airmen went through the school between 1908 and the close of the program in 1919.